Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel for the first time in 2023. Yeah, hope you all had a good new year and holidays. This video is going to be slightly different to what I've recently been uploading. It's going to be probably a little bit more shorter, and it's going to be on very few subjects, because there's a couple of subjects that I want to spend in more detail, so I'm going to spend more time on those and not on smaller issues. So firstly, let's talk about the YouTube policy change, and mainly the update that has demonetized loads of creators' videos because they didn't say anything when they decided to switch on this advertiser-friendly content change, which is a standard YouTube thing to do. Or actually, no, usually they're good at sending out notification emails going, we have a new change, look at this, or it's in the creator studio, there's usually on the side latest news and stuff like that. But for this one, we only found out by people complaining on Twitter going, load of my videos have now been demonetized. What the hell has happened? So what's the change? They have now cracked down a lot harder on swearing. Basically, all swearing other than hell and damn, if you say any swear word in the first 8 seconds, you're demonetized. You're gone. The wording they actually use, content where profanity is used after the first 8 seconds may receive ad revenue. However, if profanity is used in the first 8 seconds of the video, then it will not monetize. This also isn't just what the YouTuber says. We've had cases, for example, Ludwig, where one of his videos was demonetized, but he didn't swear. Only when he asked his YouTube rep did he find out that it's even text on your YouTube video. And he had his stream chat up on his screen when he was doing a video, doing an intro. And someone in there swore, which demonetized his video. So if you see a change now where a lot more of the creators that record their videos and stream at the same time have a big blurred section down the side, that's because they don't want to get demonetized when they're doing the intro. They will just blur it out, and yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame that they changed it and didn't tell anybody. Also inside this update, I'll put a link to it down below. It's basically just an answer to a forum post, I think, where they went over the latest updates. One of the scary ones is a change to how they respond to violence. Content showing dead bodies without context. Game violence directed at real named person or acts that created an intentionally shock and disgust. And video showing implied moment of death will not receive ad revenue. So basically, if there's violence in a video game that you're playing, and say it's a historical game, so it's got real names of people at the time, you will get demonetized for that. And standard gameplay where gory injuries are present after the first 8 seconds, non-graphic tragedies and their aftermath, or police seizures as a part of a law enforcement can receive ad revenue. Can receive, doesn't say they will receive. So if you're playing a violent game that has named people in it, you will not get monetized. Another shutdown on gamers, basically. The change in YouTube has gone along the way of we don't really care for gaming YouTube channels anymore. The big ones are big, they're going to stay big. Any new people are not going to get any views really, and that's just how it goes. It's really hard to start off as a gaming YouTuber right now, because you may swear in the heat of things and get demonetized. You may be playing Hearts of Iron well, not Hearts of Iron because you didn't show violence in that, but Sniper Elite, say Sniper Elite, and you snipe Hitler's testicle, you will get demonetized for that because it's violence against a real named person. Even if you kill Hitler, you will get demonetized. There's also a cut down on adult content as well, so you can't have adult content in your thumbnails, titles, and inside the video itself, containing like links to other places that some YouTubers have started up recently. And you can't talk about obscene language and other adult material and sexually gratifying acts. So you can't have lewd talk, basically. That's what they're saying. Policy enforcement around classical art depicting sexual activities, sensual dancing and sexual education will remain unchanged and may receive ad revenue, which is... I don't know how I feel about this one, because you can have... So if you were to be, for example, let's go back to gaming, you were playing GTA and you go to a strip club, demonetized. but people doing nude yoga because they get the views will still be getting paid. And it's one of those things which is there's going to be a fine line, and in the end, it's going to come down to a human decision. Maybe one person flags it, and then the bot doesn't quite know what to think, and it's going to be a manual choice, and it's going to be a flip of the coin. It's going to be, if you're big enough, you will keep monetization. If you're not big enough, then you don't mean much to YouTube. That's basically how it's going to go. That's the way a lot of these are going to go, because there's that fine line of this can be, but this other thing really close to it can't. It's always going to be slip-ups by either the bot or a real person. But again, they didn't decide to tell anybody. They've got many ways of informing creators about this, but they just didn't do it. I receive emails from YouTube going, we updated our policy on this, that, the other, and in this creator studio, there's latest news and stuff like that, which the creator can look at. They basically have to look at that if they want to do anything on their channel. But then out the blue, loads of people get demonetized. For example, Artie Game. He is not known for swearing. He's Irish, but he's not known for swearing. And even he got hit by it a lot. Most Critical as well has been hit by it. Granted, there's a couple of swears that he does sometimes at the beginning of his videos. But again, he wouldn't have done that if he knew about the policy change. And the fact that it's historical as well. So these were uploaded perfectly by their rules when they were uploaded. But now, they're retroactively going back and going, remove monetization from this one. Which sucks that they can do that, because I get that it's live now, so it should go by live rules for now, but you shouldn't demonetize it. You can age restrict it, yes. Age restriction is completely different. You can still be monetized and age restricted. There are a lot of advertisers and companies that have signed up to the ad program that allow swearing. So leave monetization on, make it so that young people can't see it, and then there you go. There's many ways they could have done this better. Told people, don't just demonetize everyone's historical videos, and instead age restrict them, because that's not ripping out someone's income. And there's a lot of people that put like highlights at the beginning of their videos because it draws the people in. But if it's anything heated and they're gaming, chances are there may be a odd swear that gets put in there. They can't do that anymore. That clip now can't be used in the first couple of seconds of the video. And if that game just so happens to be one where there's a lot of violence, can't use that. That whole YouTube series is gone. No one's gonna stick to old YouTube series that previously they were making an income off, that now they can't. If they were using this as their career, and then YouTube went, you know that job that you have? Yeah, it's not paying you anymore. And the fact that they did it in a snap, they could have at least given them warning for them to end the series and pivot to something else. But the fact that it just went across the board, you are now not getting monetized. It's ridiculous. And on the topic of violence, this is their policy on violence itself. I'm going to put a link down below to it just so you have it as well. Content where the focal point is on blood, violence, or injury when presented without other context is not suitable for advertising. So if it's just blood, violence, or injury without any context behind it, you will not be able to get monetized. So in video game sense, if you are playing any game like Tekken or Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, there usually isn't any context to those. Even when there is context, so if you're playing the story mode or whatever it is, I'd argue that there's not actually any context to it because the story modes don't actually do anything. They don't actually put any lore behind it. If you're showing violent content in a news, educational, artistic, or documentary context, that additional context is important. Okay, so you need to state the context of the violence. Violence in unedited video gameplay is generally acceptable for advertising, but montages where violence is the focal point is not. All games are in scope of this policy. So, violence in unedited video gameplay says to me, if you edit the video in any way, then it's not acceptable. Am I reading that right? How many gaming YouTube videos have you seen that have got no editing in? No cutting down or anything? The only ones I can think of are VODs because they were live streams. That's it. But they say generally acceptable, which means there are going to be some cases where it isn't. And because there is that human little bit of context, a little margin for error, people will get wrongly flagged or hate flagged. There's a chance that people will just get victimized for it as well. So I started this channel doing gaming videos. A lot of my videos are edited gaming videos, which include violence. So would they be flagged? There's a high chance they would be. And because this has just been thrown on YouTubers, if there's any gaming channels that do focus more on the violent game side, then they'll be hit by this hard. The fact that all of their videos that they've had uploaded will now not be making any money, no passive growth or anything like that, because when a video is live and it's monetized, you don't have to do anything anymore. It's just gaining money. And if they suddenly have to pivot away from the gaming side, a lot of YouTubers don't want to change to be something that they don't want to be. And a lot of people, once they change, they won't watch them anymore because that's not what their specialty is. They're not news broadcasters. They're not stand-up comedians. They aren't people that do documentaries. They're gamers. That's what they do. And suddenly, if they can't make that their career anymore on YouTube, the channel's just going to die. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. That story went on a little bit longer than I wanted, so I'm going to just do a one story video. I might start doing, for the slower weeks where there's not really much I want to talk about, I might start doing a couple of one story videos each week. If there's many subjects that I want to talk about, I'll do like a weekly roundup of everything that I want to talk about. Try and not overload with videos, but if there's like one or two, I may do separate videos for them in the future. So if you want to see more, like and subscribe. I'll be in the subscription feed next week or whenever I next upload. And yeah, put a comment down below about what you thought about the YouTube changes, because it will affect you. Even if you're just a viewer, the content will be changing. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.